Hello and welcome everyone to the Yu-Gi-Oh! European Championships 2014. My name is Matthew Bell. We've got some lovely weather today here in Amsterdam, and we're looking forward to bringing you some great games. And joining me here with the commentary is my co-host, Robert Grayson Hooley.
Thanks, Matt. Now, today this is the first time that we've really been streaming in a European event. You've probably not seen it in any YCSs before in Europe. Basically, what we'd like you to do is, if you see any sort of bugs or anything like that, because there will be a few technical hitches, please do post it on any community forum of your choice, and PJ will be able to find it for you.
Yeah, alternatively you can send that into our customer service, which you'll find on one of the links on our webpage for Contact Us. Speaking of links, we have written coverage we're also using this weekend. You'll find the link somewhere above my colleague here, Rob.
Or above Matt, I think it's just there.
Around here somewhere.
If you're watching this on Yugioh.com, of course, the link will be there. If you're watching it on Twitch, then you'll probably hit the home button and you will lose this page. So don't press that page.
Yeah,
don't press that button there. That'll take you off this page.
And you'll miss all the fun.
Lots of fun.
Awesomeness.
We're definitely going to be having a lot of fun today. Now, there's a lot of familiar faces out here today. We've got people like Alpe Enkin, who actually did win YCS Berlin and YCS Bochum. We also have other people like Peter Gross, who recently filled a tall order by winning 3 YCS tournaments in Europe, the first person to do that in Europe as well. That was, I believe, Paris, Sheffield and Toulouse.
Yes, and he's also a champion across 2 different formats, as YCS Sheffield was a sealed event as well. So Peter Gross is a very, very strong contender coming into this tournament.
Definitely. Now, today, looking at our first feature match, what we've got is Bountaloudis versus Babo Helio. It looks like we've just started with it as well. And from what I can see immediately, it looks like Babo is playing Geargia Accelerator. Bountaloudis there, obviously being the winner of last year's European Championship as well, when he was playing Spellbook. We may see a return to the Spellbook format this time, but...
Okay, yeah, so we've got our news app, so I can show you what's going on. Babo has just made a Geargia X for his Geargia deck. And he's just shuffling up and searches himself a Geargia arsenal.
Now he's got quite a nice back row there to just deal with anything that's going to come out.
He's got the 7 tools and the wiretap going down for him, and the Black Horn of Heaven, so this is a very solid start here for Babo.
It's very nice to see Neospatian Grand Mole making a comeback as well. That's a nice bit of tech.
Very strong card. Okay, the Mathematician coming down.
Which means possibly that we may still be looking at... I'm not quite sure. Oh, wow. That looks like it is possibly a Monarch deck.
Possibly, yeah. We haven't actually taken a look at the deck types for this yet. Treeborn Frog going to the graveyard, yeah. We're probably seeing Monarchs. I'll be quite surprised if...
Frog Monarch.
Yes.
That's taking us back a fair few formats there. It looks like there has been a...
yeah, there's a bit of shuffling going on. For those of you curious about Mathematician, I can show you one of our cool new features. We should be able to bring that up for you there to take a look. This will help us keep a bit of track and stop me having to read the same card effects out to you over and over. Okay, so play is going back to Babo. So we'll just focus on his hand.
It looks like he's just drawn into a Book of Moon. Again, it's just looking like he's just got so many answers that he's got there.
Yeah, he's setting up a very strong wall there.
Very much so.
We've got another activation of Geargia X, which is going to allow him to search his deck for another card, or he'll perhaps take the Geargia Accelerator from his graveyard.
It looks like he has just bought it from his graveyard because he has just put it straight into his hand as well.
Yep.
So it looks like he's looking for another special summon and another XC summon, probably another Geargia X, just to kind of fuel himself a little bit there. He's
Babo is probably not aware that Chris has the Gore's Emissary in his hand, but he might be considering a big push here because there's no face down spells or traps, and he can just press through masses of combos here. We'll see where he's going.
Because at the moment, as we know what he's playing, Babo definitely does not know what is coming his way. All he's seen so far is a Frog, which hints at Monarchs, but...
Yeah, you would assume it's Monarchs. It would be the safe bet, and these players are very seasoned. So I'd go with the safe bet. Of course, you could be punished by that, but making wild assumptions wouldn't be the first player to lose out.
Gigiano has been tributed there. And Accelerators hit the field. So yeah, it does look like it's probably going to be another Geargia X that's going to be hitting the field right now.
We may be seeing this here. Chris, though, he's looking quite confident here. I'd say he looks confident. Definitely. He knows he has that Gore's Emissary Darkness sitting in his hand right now.
It's that kind of cool
the extra deck.
cool, calm exterior that may have won him last year's Europeans as well. Very good poker face. That's that's probably the way to put it, isn't it?
Definitely.
Just not really giving anything away.
Okay.
And yes, he has made the second gig against X.
Yes.
And he's just deciding whether to take that accelerator back. And no, he takes back the Arsenal.
Here's an Arsenal. Yep. And then we've got some attacks coming in. And yep, there's the card draw from the mathematician.
Gig out attacks directly, and
do we see the Gores? That's the question.
Do we see the Gores? Yes.
We know he has it. Yes. Here we go. Gores, Emissary of Darkness. Him playing that card actually puts quite a bit of fear into Babo, because he, during games 2 and 3, he's going to know that he has that in the main deck, because Gores is a card that fell out pretty quickly from competitive eye for a while. So here we go. We're going to play back to Chris. Is that?
Yeah, that's back to Chris.
Yeah. We just got a bit of discussion. Let me just take a quick look at. Okay, there's a few questions being asked here.
Do you believe the judge is just asking?
Not quite sure what's going on here, but well, there.
He's just making a bit of a card count just to make sure that the hand is correct. But obviously the calculator happens, so there may be some confusion about how many cards are in hand there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, Battle Fader. Yeah. Chris also looking like he's got quite a few answers to some pushes, and the advantage he has here is that Babo doesn't even know what card he has in his hand. Let's go to the field. Treeborn Frog comes back, and there's an enemy controller. Still on the standby phase, so you can also bring back the Treeborn Frog again, so he's getting double duty out of it.
It's a really fantastic play. Does it look like he's got... What's in his hand there? Can we
yeah, sure, I'll just grab the hand up. Got the Pot of Dichotomy, not really useful to you right now. The Pot of Duality he can't use because he's brought back the Treeborn Frog. Soul Charge he's got no targets for, so actually got
he can't actually use it because, again, he's
well, he's got a lot of cards he can't actually play at the moment. He has. He's probably going to. Let's see where he goes. Does he consider ramming that Geargia X into the other one? And he's also got the 2300 attack Gores token as well. So there's a lot of damage you can push through. But
running the Geargia X into the other one is probably going to be his best play with that, because otherwise he's just giving his opponent back another Geargia X with a material on it.
He will give his opponent back the Geargia card in the graveyard.
Technically, try using his Geargia X just to see if there's a. Yeah, I mean, if there's, there may not be any targets on the deck, but possibly may be able to get rid of the material there. If I'm correct in saying that.
I'm pretty confident that Chris is not playing any Geargia.
No, it's not just Geargia. It's it's level 4 machine type monsters.
Yeah, of course.
It's Geargia against X effect. So yeah, you could definitely do that. Although it looks like he has just turned everything to attack, and
he's considering the oh, it's another enemy controller.
Oh.
He might be just going for the OTK right here through the face down spells and traps. He knows the Geargia deck is playing a lot of wiretaps and 7 tools. Oh, so first damage goes through.
Second damage goes through. Yellow's taking a lot of damage.
Oh, okay, we've got a Book of Moon.
Probably a good play, just stop that last bit of damage going through.
That was a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, it was huge. He's taking it down all the way to 3,400. That's
it's the Gores has gone face down right here. Just
now, because he's declared an attack with it also, it means that he can't now flip it face up in his turn. And that's, although Gores does have a big defense, 2,500 is definitely not going to be easy to get over. I mean, even if he gets his Geargia X back, it's still not going to help him at all. Now, it's important to note that he's not actually Chris hasn't actually made any sort of summon this turn, so we'll see. Oh, and there goes back the field there.
Perhaps there's a turn back.
But again, Geargia X cannot get over that 2,500 defense there. Although, look in his hand, there is that Neo-Spacian Grand Mold. Technically,
I don't believe it would be a good idea to put the Gores back into Chris's hand.
No, that would be a terrible idea.
Not when he's sitting on 5,900 life points, so you're going to make him play that straight down and get the additional token.
Geargia Armor, is it gone into Helio's hand?
Oh, yep, the touch.
Possible fight. Geargia accelerator.
He's going to need to make an Xe summon to deal with this field, because that token is also on 2300 attack points and 2300 defense points from the Gores.
Now he does have a way out. He does have a way to Xe summon here, and I think he's going straight for it.
Yep. We know he's not going to be going for number 101 because the Gores is now face down.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work out for him.
What could he really summon to get himself out of this situation at the moment?
I don't actually know his extra deck, if I'm entirely honest here. I'm thinking for it here, the Excial Knight's not going to be able to do it because I think Babo actually controls the most cards.
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3,
a lot
4,
of
5,
cards
6, 7, 8.
On the table.
It's 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
6 cards. So it's not going to be the Excial Knight that he's...
It could definitely be the Direwolf.
Oh yeah, it's Diamond Direwolf.
Yep. Diamond Direwolf. Get rid of the Gores, and he can then just attack a Geargigant.
You try saying that many times. You're going to be saying it a lot.
It's a tongue twister. I'm going to be saying Geargigant a lot this weekend. I can see it being a major contender. Okay. Yep, and he's trading it exactly.
Yeah, he's trading those off. He needs to answer this field, and he gets his monster back, of course.
Yes. So he's attacking there.
Okay.
Attacking again directly. So
yeah, some trades going back. Chris electing to not use that battle fader from the looks of it, or is he considering?
Interesting. I could be considering it, although he has already written down the life points there. So I do believe that's him accepting the attack.
Yeah.
Interesting move. Now, this is one of the bugs that I was talking about before. Sometimes we get just blank card. It's essentially where one isn't actually in the system. I will...
Yeah, there'll be some cards that come up like that, and we're doing our best to move those. Okay, so play is coming back to... Is that play back to Chris? Just want to draw a card. Taking a quick check of his graveyard there for the Treeborn Frog. And he does have... Oh, maybe he's considering the... yeah, there's a blank card drawn. It's Max C that we can see.
Yes.
That's a rough... That's a rough card to draw right now after all these special summons that the Geargia deck has performed. He's gone off, and then you draw the Max C. That's just life sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the dichotomy. Shuffling about that Treeborn Frog. Which
interesting.
I guess he's pretty desperate here because they're both actually starting to run pretty low on life points. So that Pod of Dichotomy is a card that started to appear a lot more at the start of this format. Before that, it was pretty much went completely unnoticed in its release from Shadow Spectres. Okay, so let's bring back the
see what he's got from that.
Cards in hand. Okay, Pod of Duality, looking for more options.
So it's not looking all that fantastic, because this turn he now can't special summon or conduct a battle phase.
And we'll see which card he takes from this Pod of Duality. It's Battle Fader. Okay. I know one of those blank cards that we see up there is Maxi. I didn't catch what the other one was.
We will be able to see them in a moment.
That's enemy controller.
Enemy controller again, yeah. Oh no, enemy controller is there. That's kind of a bold move, running the 3 enemy controllers.
The Treeborn Frog, it lets you do some really crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, players come back to Babo here, who's drawing his breakthrough skill. That's actually very good against any of the Monarchs we might be seeing coming down from Chris. Okay, he just considers and goes, I'll attack, and we're going to see the Battle Fader.
Which is a good play, otherwise he probably would be losing.
Well, he didn't put any other monsters in attack mode, and I'm pretty sure that Babo's not playing any... Well, we can see on the field that he's not playing any of the battle tricks to gain some attack points there. So this is what we have on Babo's field. That Wiretap and 7 Tools of the Bandit currently just sitting on the bench there, as no trap cards have come down from Chris. Although I haven't actually seen, even on the Pod of Duality, any trap cards there, so he might not even be running any, actually, which would then completely blank the Wiretaps. And the 7 Tools, of course. So, he's got the Treeborn Frog there in his hand. He's consider summoning it.
Considering it.
Yeah, I'd be quite curious to why he would summon the Treeborn Frog. It's only got 100 attack.
Yeah, that would pretty much lose him the game.
Oh, he must have an awesome plan. A player of Chris's level, I'd assume, although I'm not entirely sure. Okay, Chris just builds his defences and passes play back to Babo, who draws up a card. And it's a Dimensional Prison.
Geargia flips face up.
And he's going to be searching his deck for another machine card. Not
More
machine
than
card.
likely, I would assume it's probably going to be an accelerator. Yes, there's the accelerator.
Okay. Probably go for another Pixie summon. Babo knows that Chris is playing Battle Faders, but he's just seen that first one, which was added by the Pot of Duality, so he might decide to try and press for game. Mobius the Mega Monarch. That's the blank card in Chris's hand. So yeah, we got the field for Chris if you're interested in what options you could have. He goes with the Neo-Spacian Grand Mole into play. Neo-Spacian Grand Mole is a card that you've probably... Oh! We don't actually have an image for that, for me to show you that one, unfortunately.
It's a very old card. Essentially, what its effect is, when it attacks into something or something attacks it, it can send both of itself and the card that it attacked or is attacked back to the hand.
Yeah, so he's going to probably use that to take out the Treeborn Frog, which will deny Chris that option in his next standby phase. And we're seeing some more attacks coming in. See, how does Chris respond to this? This is a card in Chris's hand, I can just bring up.
It looks like he's summoned the second Battle Fader.
The second Battle Fader. Definitely going to let him see that next turn.
And is that what I think it is? Because that certainly looks like it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, it is. It's WCQ.
Ooh, yes.
That
we're actually sitting a little bit closer to the table than we would like, so we got to control our emotions a little bit. We don't want to alert the players and ruin the game. That would be quite unfortunate.
Yes.
Oh, that WCQ. That's
I agree. That's all we need to say. That WCQ.
That WCQ. Let's see, he's considering his plays here.
The only thing he really has to consider is the fact that when that Gigant X comes off the field, another level 3 is going to take its place.
And yeah, it'll take out his sorry. I'm not sure he's not particularly worried about that Battle Fader, although that Mobius the Mega Monarch is currently sitting in his hand. Chris taking his time here.
Really weighing up those options.
Yeah, with the Monarch deck, particularly against something as fast as Geargia, or a deck that can just keep accumulating more and more monsters, if you make one critical error, it can turn on the accelerator, I guess you could say. It can just go straight at you.
That's one of the big problems. The only thing that you really have to think now is that all of the accelerators are now in the graveyard, unless there's going to be some sort of response. I don't think he has any.
No, it's going to get 2 triggers, one for the accelerator and one for the Gigant X.
What's his face down card there? I do believe he has to show. Oh yes, it was the Gigarama.
Sure. So the field will be changing for Babo, just to his incredible face down spells and traps.
No, he's just setting the Treeborn Frog by the look of it.
Yep, sets the Treeborn and passes back to Babo, who draws up. It's a monster heavy hand, which complements his heavy spell and trap row. Okay, so he goes ahead and special summons the accelerator. Yeah, that's one of the really mean things with Geargia deck, is it just goes XC, 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 and it can just run you over. It
is a bit of a bully. Doesn't matter how many times you kick it down, though, it will just come back.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so here's the second. We've got 2 in play now, tributing that other Geargia card. Where does he go from here? Yep, we are going to see the XC summon.
I will say, though, that Chris is doing very well. I mean, Babo obviously is getting an advantage straight out here, but
Yeah,
definitely.
Chris is going to have to hold his own. He's being under a lot of pressure here from these XE summons. Okay, he decides to take the Geargia X to deny Babo of that powerful effect. Babo checks his million face down cards, none of which is going to be able to stop the enemy controller. Enemy controller, so I have to really compliment Chris on this pick, slipping right through the wiretap in 7 tools, which is sprung to fame when now so many decks want to resolve these powerful trap cards.
It's very interesting that Chris there is actually running an extra deck, because I feel that he probably would be able to get a lot from the cards that came out in Primal Origins for Monarchs. Example, the cards such as the one that allows you to tribute summon in your opponent's turn for reactive summons, and it would just really...
Yeah, there's a lot of cool options. I mean, I don't know what's in Chris's extra deck, but we saw the, I think it was Ronin Toad earlier.
He's activating his Soul Charge there.
Soul Charge too?
I believe he's special summoning just the one there, because it's...
the tree one.
Yes, the tree one for him.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
Mobius and Mega Monarchs, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Oh, boom!
Now, unfortunately, Babo does have a breakthrough skill. So
I can't actually pull up the Mega Monarch, but if he tributes a water monster, the cards that he targets can't be activated in response to the effect.
Ah.
So if he picks the breakthrough skill, he's just going to turn it off, and he's not going to be able to respond.
Babo is definitely...
he's taking a moment to read that. It's not something you expect to see played on you.
Just taking a moment there. Just trying to comprehend how much trouble he possibly will be in.
He's low on life points, and he's about to lose a big chunk of his cards.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, potentially.
Right.
He's asking a question from the looks of it.
Yes, yeah, you target first, I believe. I think he's asking essentially, do you target first and then you can chain?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to guess. There he goes. He goes straight for the middle.
He's gone for the breakthrough skill, as far as I can see, as well.
Possibly.
And there's nothing he can do.
Yeah. Oh, he says it's fine. Oh, yeah, he takes it out.
He's taken out all of the...
But then if you look at the cards he actually got, the Blackhorn of Heaven, he's not really special summoning a lot. He took the 7 tools out. The breakthrough is a bit of a victory for him, playing the Monarch deck. But
the Dimensional Prison is definitely going to upset him.
Yeah, he saw us at Dimensional Prison live. I feel even though he did manage to hit the breakthrough, the other cards that he destroyed were not perhaps the best for him.
Accelerator's going straight to hand with a Giga X effect. Armor is flipping face up, and I think there's not much that he will be able to get with that. Possibly just a Gigiano or a Giga Arsenal.
Yeah, I see
most.
One more target in that deck.
Yeah, there's the Gigiano Mark II.
Yep. For your entertainment. Yeah, it's just another one of those examples of cards that just let you churn out those extra deck monsters. I'd never be surprised actually if you see a Giga deck actually run out of extra deck monsters in the game if you can answer them enough. So we go back to cards in Babo's hand. He's looking at that extra deck again. It's not within... Chris has too many life points for him to consider the Gagaga Cowboy.
Just a quick question, I don't know if you know, how much attack points does the Mega Monarch have there?
2,800.
Now, he could technically still go for the Gagaga Cowboy and use the first effect, the one that not many people actually do really use. And it would still take out that Mega Monarch, and he could then attack for game.
He might be he hasn't used his normal summon, so he might actually put that Neo-Spacian Grand Mole to work, since that is a 2 tribute investment to get the Mobius Mega Monarch down. Oh, and
he is actually considering that. And
no. Let's see where he goes. He takes a moment to consider his options.
Yeah. And there goes the Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
In attack.
Right.
And there's the Grand Mole.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it.
Going to be
has
picking up his
conceded.
cards. Yeah, he gave up a lot for the Mobius, and it's actually awesome to be seeing Mobius at this level hitting the table. This is going to create some interesting side deck questions for Babo, because he didn't see any trap cards, and he's playing a couple of wiretaps. I think we saw 3 in this deck.
It looks like he's going for the for MST, quite a lot of it.
Mystical Space Typhoon.
Yes.
Yeah. But then Chris can mind trick him here and actually start putting trap cards back into his deck after Babo takes out his counter traps. And the Black One of Heaven's not really putting in a lot of work, where Chris is quite comfortable to use a powerful normal summon to smash his opponent, and the Black One of Heaven's not really going to get him anything.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so let's see where we're going here. Ah, Jinzo.
Is that a Jinzo?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Against Geargia especially, playing so many trap cards.
It looks like he's leaving a lot of them in.
It takes me back
Oh
from
no, he's
losing to
taking
the...
a lot of the traps out. He's making some interesting decisions. I can see some needle ceilings going in there, possibly.
Interesting pick. I suppose it gives you an answer for when the Troop on Frog and another monster comes up. But we didn't really see too much of Chris's deck, but the Frog Monarchs deck's been popular outsider pick for a long time.
Oh yes.
So perhaps Babo is actually more prepared for this matchup than you would expect. Okay, it looks like they're going to be shuffling up. No, still taking a moment. Yeah, so that was a really great game. I really like the position that Chris is in. Although he lost, his opponent's not seen any trap cards. He's seen a bunch of the cards that he has in his main deck aren't really useful against Monarch deck, which causes interesting side deck problems. But then at the same time, I'd rather be winning that first game when I have my deck full of cards that I'm not using than losing it. So we'll see where we go from here. This is a matchup that Babo would have tested out extensively, though. Chris would have.
Yeah, I was about to say, Babo most definitely would not have thought the thing that he was going to see at the European is Monarchs, but Chris most definitely would have thought Geargia is one to watch for.
Yeah, you're looking at Geargia and the hand artifact trap trick deck.
Yeah,
Mermails. I would have even pushed that out to Sylvans and also Spellbooks as well.
Sylvan's a very interesting deck type.
I'm sure we'll see them over the weekend on the tables. Okay, so we're just getting a power shuffle here.
Although it looks like Babo is still considering.
Take a look at the 3 cards that he's hovering right now. It's wiretaps.
And he's definitely taking out some of his air.
I see Retort in there as well. To cancel out his opponent's powerful trap cards and return his own, because in a mirror match, the Geargia deck generally plays a lot of this. It plays all of the same cards essentially. There's not very many rooms for players. Don't seem to take the extra space for innovating. Why break something that's already working?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we actually have our green lights that signify. We're not playing best of 5s, don't worry. It's the lights will light up in accordance to which game in the match was won. So if Chris would win this next match, it would be the second light that lights up. I imagine it would take us quite a while to finish an entire day of
5 games,
best of 5s.
Best of 5 rounds. Yeah, that would definitely take most of the day.
Last year we had a pretty late finish when we had the Dragon Ruler versus Spellbook showdown with Evil Swarm also getting in on that. Those games went long.
Most definitely.
Okay, we're going to be getting ready to start this next one. It looks like perhaps the judges saying something.
Doesn't look like it.
I haven't actually been timing how long they've been siding. If it's been more than 3 minutes, there'll be penalties involved.
But it hasn't, so that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Here we go, and it looks like it is Chris to start.
Chris chooses to take the first turn.
Just typing in the hand there.
Yeah.
We've got a Pot of Duality that's coming out immediately. Yeah, Soul Exchange, Electric Virus, and a Needle Ceiling.
The Soul Exchange is actually very good against that early Geargia armor set. because you can just deny it its flip power and get your Monarch in. He
goes
to
the
the electric virus.
And we're slowly just having our tech team just type in the...
yeah, we'll start seeing the cards appearing. Okay, let's see. Electric virus. Oh, he already has the soul exchange in his hand. Okay.
And
he ends the turn actually and passes back to Babo. I can give you a look at his cards.
Now he looks like he's in a very good position there. He's essentially got everything he needs to make the field that he wants.
Does he go for that play though?
He
knows Chris is playing the battle faders, and he doesn't want to lead himself into a position where
he knows that there's that gauze there as well that he'll have to deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot of reactions from Chris that you can't see. Okay, he's going to go for the safer option and set those 2 mystical space typhoons and a Geargia armor, I believe that was.
Yes.
Yes, that was correct.
And the soul exchange comes down?
Yep, taking that out.
For a Caius.
Caius the Shadow Monarch. Okay, so I'm coming over from Chris here.
And he's removing from play the Mystical Space Typhoon.
Yes.
Which is the best card to hit with any sort of removal.
Well, he's not really playing any spells or traps. I'm actually interested to see the Mystical Space Typhoons coming in from Babo, considering that there was no real trap cards played or even many cards set, because he's playing a lot of those cards at like Battle Fader. So he's not.
Now there is a Swift Scarecrow there, so possibly, although he does know that there's an electric virus in hand, I do believe he discards to take control of one of your opponent's monsters.
Machines, I believe.
Is it just machines?
Again, I apologise. This is one of the cards it's come up in our blank spot, but we've got our extra tablet here just in case, or we can just look that up. Okay, that plays back to Babo. We'll just pull this up. He's looking at that extra deck there, and a Book of Moons just been drawn. It's Geargia Cowboy.
Yes, one machine or dragon type monster.
Yeah. Okay, he's going to use the Cowboy to run over the Chaos.
And again, it's whenever I talk to players, they always tell me the effect that Geargia Cowboy is really for is essentially just to get around the big defensive plays and just basically start burning away your opponent's life points. But definitely the best way for Cowboy is the fact that he can just make your opponent's monster so tiny and then himself so big.
For me, it's just a simple case of, hey, look, you've got 800 life points, you lose.
Yeah, that's the way that people see Cowboy, but he has a lot more utility.
Okay, Chris just draws and passes from the looks of things. He drew Raza the Storm Monarch.
Interesting. It may have been worth taking the second Soul Exchange then. I mean, he knows that he's got the electric virus there and he's playing around it beautifully. Although, thinking about it, he could have stopped that Exy summon, but...
Well, that's true, it's a quick effect, but Chris is probably perhaps quite okay to take some damage now to get a bigger payoff later.
I do guess.
Okay, so we've got two Yugioh Mark IIs.
Where's she going to? Oh, the Soul Exchange is in hand.
That'll be... So he played Pot of Duality, revealed one, sent it back, and he's now got... He's played one, and it's the second one. It's either... I can imagine Babo won't be too pleased by that. Yeah, here we go. Cowboy. Geargia Cowboy in defense mode.
And there goes the life points again for
taking a quick...
I think he's a
quick shot at him.
It's very interesting plays. I mean, he's passed his play and he had a Soul Exchange in hand. He could have definitely used that. Don't know whether he's waiting for the bigger payoff, though it does look like it, to be fair. Especially because there's going to be an Exy summon coming in very, very soon.
Okay, yep. So we saw the Geargia Arsenal summoned to the field, and then he tributes that away to get himself the ability to look through his deck for another Geargia card. And we're going to see Giugiano, sorry. I do apologise for any card names I mispronounce. My colleague will be on the ball with that one.
Yes.
Okay. We go for the rank 3 Exy summon.
I'm thinking he's probably going to go for...
He goes for a colour card. Okay.
Interesting.
That's interesting, because again, we're still not seeing any set cards from Chris. I suppose unless he's intending to go after Chris's more defensive play.
Let's take a look at Ghost Trick Alucard.
Yes,
and see truly why he's done it.
Okay, so yeah, we're seeing Soul Exchange and an enemy controller.
Ah, I see. So that's what he was waiting for.
Oh, Soul Exchange his opponent's card, then enemy controllers. So then he takes one out of the game and gets to tribute the other one and summons his Razor the Storm Monarch, I expect.
And he has flipped that face down. I do believe that enemy controller is only face-up cards, so the tribute still does happen because it's a cost. But he does not then get the monster. It's stop that advantage, but I think he's trying to get it back with the mathematician.
Okay. So going
There's
into
a few blank cards in hand there.
Chris tries to force some action and doesn't pay off. The mathematician.
So that always trying to burn away the resources there. We'll never know until it happens.
Chris playing so passively.
He's got a Swift Scarecrow, Electric Virus, Riser. And the card he just got to hand.
3-1 Fog in the graveyard, so that Riser's going to be live next turn.
Definitely. Oh, and the other one, of course, being Mobius the Mega Monarch.
Oh, Solemn Warning, that's a very good pull for Babo. It allows him to let his opponent play that tribute summon and then punish Chris for that.
Now, saying that, it is a quick effect Solemn Warning. Would you be able to activate that in response to Mega Monarch?
Well, no, not the Mega Monarch if it targets it, but if he's considering the 3-1 Fog Riser play next turn.
Yes, of course.
Oh wait, no, of course you're right. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. It's a counter trap. It would negate the summon.
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys. Just it's hot up here. It's we've got the sun directly behind us.
As you saw earlier.
Yes. Okay, so we'll come back to the field. Yugioh Mark II.
He's flipping the Alucard back face up.
See another
XE summon. More than likely, Soul Mountain. Interesting play. So just wait until it's.
I'll bring it up. Updated, and I'll pull this one up for you.
He's attacking with Soul Mountain, or is he using the effect?
Soul of the Silver Mountain. Here we go. Yeah, he's going to be able to get back one of his Geargia monsters from the graveyard if this attack is successful, which I can't see why it wouldn't be. It's just explaining how this works with mathematician.
And the judge is coming over just to give a little bit of ruling on there.
I'm not entirely sure what the question is.
No, it is a very odd situation. I'm not quite sure what it is that they're really trying to get to.
Well, and we're back.
And we're back.
Okay, so here we go. Yep, the attack is successful, and there's going to be some life point damage. Chris. Yep. That's a lot of Xyz monsters.
He has a very big advantage at the moment, and I can't see there being much of getting around this. And here comes the Treeborn.
Yeah. Well, we've got some blank cards here.
I think that you're right. He may be definitely going for the Riser play.
Yep.
No, it's enemy controller. Enemy controller and then into a Riser. That's
probably taking the Soul of the Silver Mountain to... Oh no, it's Ghost Trick Alucard, sorry. So you can destroy one of Babo's back rows, spells or traps. This will be really good if he hits that Solemn Warning.
Here we go. Let's see what he's hit.
It's a Solemn Warning.
He hit the Solemn Warning as well. Wow, and here comes the Mega Monarch.
Is it the Mega Monarch?
He's going for the Mega Monarch.
Yep, and that's going to take out the Mystical Space Typhoon as well. And
wow.
This is actually quite a hard card for the Geargia deck to deal with, because it can't summon number 101 to take it, because this is a normal summon.
Yeah, which is very odd for a card so big in this meta as well.
Yeah, particularly in this
Dark Hole.
In this environment.
The Dark Hole obviously not helping right now, but good. It looks like he's just passed play back to him.
Yep. Okay.
He's just tributed Treeborn for the Riser, returned it back to the top of his deck, and he's attacking directly for a massive amount of damage.
This might be game right here.
It pretty much is. I mean, Babo is now just drawing from the top of his deck and waiting for
And here we go.
Waiting
Here's
for it
another
to end.
tribute. There we go. It's Majesty's Fiend.
Majesty's
oh, wait,
Fiend.
Oh, Babo ready to
Babo
up his
ready to
cards.
pick up his cards and just.
Yep, and he realises what's happening right here.
And there he goes. There he goes. So that is game 2 to Chris.
Oh, that Majesty's Fiend. What a card.
Majesty's Fiend. It is a fantastic card. Do you want to bring that up there quickly before they
before it disperse? Stops all effects being activated. This shuts down so much and is so good. It's just a case of,
especially when you consider the fact that the Monarchs basically don't really do anything after they're on the field.
Yeah, that's just you're sitting there with just a giant guy who does so much damage, and none of these are special summons. So you're seeing all of these extra deck, these side deck cards from Babo that are answering massive amounts of special summon that are just not useful in this matchup.
There really is nothing there. But I'm guessing that's probably one of the reasons why Chris is playing this deck, because everybody is so set on Xe summons and special summons, and it's just not something that you know.
Well, when your best answers in the format is things like Black Warner Heaven, it just doesn't do anything to Chris's deck. And that guy's my hero. He's playing Mobius the Mega Monarch, who I really enjoy this card.
Yeah, Mobius the Mega Monarch is a fantastic card.
I kind of hope he's playing for Salos, the Mega Monarch, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
I think we've seen most of the deck so far. I don't think that he's also playing that card. Unfortunately,
maybe next time. Maybe
next year.
That Majesty Fiend's going to put in the work. It's very good against the Fire and Ice hand.
It's good against anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can say it's not good against.
Yeah, I mean, it's an all-round just good card. I mean, you're definitely playing it against Geargia because you're shutting down all of the search, all of the tech, everything that Geargia can do.
Yeah, and
just immediately.
The cards that we saw conserve Chris's very, very powerful control over the opponent's spells and trap cards with the Mega Monarch and stuff like that, and the Risers as well, for either forcing the activations or just taking those cards out of the equation. That Majesty Fiend, I don't think there's anything else to say. Okay, we're getting ready to start the third and final duel.
First, now Babo obviously going first in the first game, got a lot of advantage from that. Looking at it, he has a lot of gears. He's got 2 Gear, a Mystical Space Typhoon, a Needle Sealing, a Geargiano, and a Nobleman Across out there.
I'm just seeing the cards getting entered right now.
Oh, now, if there is a choice to set that Treeborn Frog there, Chris is going to lose it.
Yeah, to the Nobleman Across out.
I think I think Babo is understanding there that he's definitely starting to set that card, and that's one of his defences. And
no, I think Babo is taking the first turn. It would make more sense.
Yeah, Babo is taking the first turn. I mean, in Chris's next turn, if he was to set that.
You see players doing this. It helps you keep your poker face if you're not constantly looking at your cards, because it makes it a little bit harder. If you're not looking at it, your opponent can't really get a.
Now that Geargiano, he's going to set it, which is probably the best play for it, because it doesn't really have much that it can do at the moment. I mean, it could go and get itself a Mark 2 from the deck, but other than that,
you see those 2 Gears going face down. Those very, very powerful trap card. It's one of the reasons that people are playing so many wire traps and 7 tools to stop traps like this. Okay, so if we take a look over, play's gone over to Chris, and we've got this very defensive play from Babo, which has the ability to explode. Oh, he's going to walk into the.
He's walking straight into the Nobleman Across out.
Yeah, he's playing passively, and it's the last card. And we're going to see the Gear. It's going to.
Now this is essentially just going to let Babo win, possibly this turn as well, especially because he's got 2 of those down there as well.
Yeah, this card also increases the level of those Gears, so it's going to let him get Geargia X and start forming all of his combos that he's going to be using for the game.
As soon as he activates that second one, I mean, at this point, if I was in Chris's shoes, I would just concede, but I don't think he's going to activate the second one.
The question is, he might not be able to, actually, because he's playing...
oh, you can only activate 1 Gear per turn. That's obviously they're stopping of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to see Nobleman Across side most likely, and it's going to take the Treeborn Frog.
It depends whether he feels like he's going to be wasting it or not.
I feel like
I would definitely play it.
Okay, go to the Xe Summit. I feel like there's no reason to not Nobleman Across out that face down card. He knows what Chris is playing, and he knows how important that Treeborn Frog is to the strategy.
This is true.
Geargia X is going to be activated, so we're going to get the search for, yep, Geargia Accelerator.
She can then special summon. Chris physically shaking there a little bit. Tell how nervous he is. He's looking at a Geargia X and how much else he can do.
I suppose it plays a bit heavy on the mind when you go into the first round of the European Championships with a potential loss.
No,
but
he's actually now he's in his turn. He could actually activate that second Geargia. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
He has the ability to be able to win this turn. Let's just see whether he realises it.
Well, again, he's got that mental trap now that Chris has so many cards that he just activate from his hand to stop the battle phase after and punish an overcommitment. That perhaps just going all in right here.
Which is what he's definitely doing. Although keeping the Geargia may be a good idea just in case, but
yeah, he's playing this way in a way that he can make a strong push. Whilst
if that doesn't work, he can make the same push again afterwards.
Yeah, he's making sure he keeps generating a lot of these, adding a lot of these cards to his hand, so he can continue the combos, even if this doesn't work out.
The Geargia, he's getting an accelerator.
Yep.
And he also, I do believe, he's just got another accelerator in hand as well, which means that yep.
And he still has that no mono cross out.
Yeah, he's going for the push. He's really considering it.
Considers which Xyz monster he's going to go for. It's another rank 4.
He's got a lot of choices.
It's
the other Giga X. It was the obvious choice. Yeah. I mean, if he brings out one more Xyz monster that's got 2,000 attack, as soon as he shows that nobleman, Chris is going to concede. There's nothing he can do.
Oh, I don't know if. We'll see. He's considering because he doesn't actually have enough damage to win off those 3 monsters.
That's the thing. If he
6,900 damage,
bring out another one because he's going to go with the Giga Accelerator there. Bring it to hand.
Yep. Shuffling his deck.
I believe he didn't shuffle last time.
He can't actually summon that Giga Accelerator onto this field.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Let me. I don't have the card up, but
not just yet.
Geargia X is not a Geargia card.
Really?
It's not a Geargia, so
it's not counted as that.
No.
Ah, interesting. But
there's an
to cross out.
Oh, that's rough.
Now, is he going to try and push for game?
Oh,
because he's got all of his Giga out.
Yeah, it makes no sense for him to commit to this kind of field and not attack.
And then if all of them's gone through, he can activate the Giga Gear and attack for game. It's just whether he realises he can do that. Is he going to go for it?
Yeah,
he could do that.
If he has the targets left at this point, because we did see the.
And it looks like he's just passed his turn.
Like he passed his turn. Yeah, he probably doesn't have any targets left in his deck at this stage.
This is true. He has used quite a lot of cards there. Mathematician
to send. Let's see where he goes with this Mathematician.
Yeah. I'm not really seeing the. I know. Even then, it's all interesting. I mean, he's sending the tree ball there, but
he's hoping for a next turn. There might not even be a next turn for Chris. He's sitting on 1,100 life points.
He's got 2 enemy controllers there, though. Although he's only going to be able to stop one of the attacks, I guess.
Oh, he just goes for the
just a blind Mystical Space Typhoon straight into.
Oh, it's a Mystical
Space Typhoon.
Enemy controller to take control of one of the Geargia X.
Interesting.
He might play the second one to. He is. We are going to see him search for a machine card. Swift Scarecrow.
Oh, yes.
This will protect him for next turn. So his opponent's not going to be able to win the game.
Now, it's possible that he sided that into his deck, knowing that he was going to be playing against this.
Yeah, it's a very powerful card. I didn't actually consider that.
No. And that's why Chris is sat there and we're sat here.
Yes, that's entirely the reason. Yeah, here we are. We're going to see the second enemy controller, I believe that is. Yep. And
he can again use that effect if he'd
like. Another Swift Scare. Oh no,
he's just attacking directly in. Interesting. He's completely decimated Babo's field.
Yeah,
however, we have now got this in play. Now we do have a Swift Scarecrow.
He's gonna be able to survive this turn.
We'll just see.
if you just want interested in what Babo's field currently is, he has got that needle sealing, which is not particularly useful. Well, there's no cards.
People who don't know what that do.
hand.
Can you just bring it up on the
Needle sealing? Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, it is an old format card.
Very long time ago.
Yeah.
Very, very big here with Geargia's deck power to special summon lots of monsters. You can use it to clear out your opponent's turn. It's so disruptive.
Especially with the ability of Yugioh, especially to be able to bring out that many cards.
We're on the offensive. He's going to force out that Swiss Scarecrow.
Yep, and there it goes.
Yeah, he has to. He has no other choice. He loses this duel if he doesn't.
Now he only has... I believe he's going to try and activate Geargia's effect. The Mach 1 that he's got there.
Okay, let's come back. He's drawn a Solemn Warning. Oh, this will probably secure the game for him. Yeah, we've got the 2 tribute monsters in hand. We've got a Tree-born Frog. The only play, well, depending on what Chris draws, his only play is bringing back the Tree-born Frog, summoning probably the Chaos to deal with another card, and
feel that we've got a Gaga Cowboy hit in the field for 800 damage at least.
No, it's Diagusto Emerald, I believe. It's going to allow him to shuffle 3 of those monsters back into his deck to draw an additional card.
Interesting.
Probably going to
still a good play.
Set back up that Geargia gear. This is not looking good for Chris. Chris, what he doesn't know is that he's actually depending on his next card in order to deal with a Solemn Warning that he doesn't know is currently in Babo's hand. Okay, so we get the cards shuffled back. I didn't actually catch which ones it was. I'm going to guess it's probably the cards to make sure that that Geargia gear can go off. Okay, card is drawn, and what do we see? Yep, here we go. Oh, he drew another Geargia gear. We're going to see another number of Exy summons.
It's just Geargia has that ability to just be able to
every turn. It's one of the reasons actually a card that a lot of players have been talking about recently. Exy Universe is seeing play. It's a trap card that lets you use 2 Exy monsters on the field to summon a very powerful one. So people are taking advantage of the Geargia deck, special summoning lots of cards, special summoning lots of Exy monsters, and then punishing them by swapping it into a rank 7 or 8 Exy monster. But that's no such luck for Chris, who's now facing down this menacing field with 2 tribute monsters in hand and a Tree-born Frog.
Again, Geargia X field.
Yep. And oh, heart of the cards for Chris.
Most definitely.
They're currently in end of match procedure, I believe. I can't.
Yes, it
we
does
don't
look
actually
like
have the
they
time,
are in end of match procedure.
That's what that.
But I don't think at this point Chris is going to be able to bring this back.
No, I didn't. I haven't seen what was drawn. And we're going to see Solemn Warning, and that should be it. Yep, there's a handshake.
And there's the handshake.
I'd say it's a fantastic duel there. Chris definitely showing us that there is some space for some upsets here at the European Championships.
Most definitely.
Fantastic. And Mobius the Mega Monarch. Wow.
Mobius the Mega Monarch.
It happened.
It did happen. It did definitely happen.
Can you remember the days where your card would get Soul Exchange and the regular Mobius was bad?
Yes, I remember that. Also, just Monarchs in general. Monarchs was the deck that I used to play back when I was playing competitively. Monarchs and then Gladiator Beasts as well.
I was never very good at the Monarch deck. I was too impatient when I was younger.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just not doing... I'm not attacking enough. Surprisingly enough, I wasn't winning a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I'm going to summon lots of guys, I'm going to attack, and they're just going to go. So yeah, here's my Monarch. He also takes out another one of your cards and attacks for a lot of damage. So
it's interesting to see what he's running there. I mean, he's definitely running the Caius. I mean, there was, I believe, a card that just destroyed a monster also, but...
Zaborg.
Yeah,
Zaborg the
Zaborg.
Thunder Monarch.
Yes, Zaborg the Thunder Monarch. It's completely not used, especially since Caius came out.
Yeah. That's a very good start for Babo. He must be feeling... It takes the edge off a lot when you come into a big tournament like the European Championships and win that first round.
Definitely. He is playing Geargia, which is going to be seen a lot.
I would argue it's a very safe bet for this weekend. You get to play a large number of trap cards, and you're going up against your opponents, and you feel more comfortable the more cards you have in your back row.
Yeah.
I generally find when I'm playing these kinds of decks, it's like, it's okay, you know, even just what's my opponent going to do? I've got like all the answers.
Well, it's interesting to see some of the tech that Babo's playing as well. I mean, Needle Sealing is going to be fantastic for him, especially in a mirror match.
It's so good against a wide variety of matches.
Definitely. I mean, the fact that Giga has the ability to go from an empty field to a larger field, I think that's definitely going to help him, because when he's got nothing and his opponent has everything, he's going to take that all away from him.
Yeah, it's just it's scary how fast that deck can go from empty field to potential OTK.
Yes,
right there in front of you.
Definitely.
And what we saw with those Gigant X's was that he can make these pushes, but at the same time he's already searching for his plan B if this doesn't work out.
Most definitely.
So that he can potentially go, hey, I'm going all in again next turn. Do you have the answer this time?
Yeah, I mean, saving the second Giga Gear, even though he could have activated it in his turn, obviously activating the first one in there was definitely
I just think he didn't have enough targets to activate the second one.
I think he probably did. I mean, especially that could have been one of the reasons why he played the Dagosto Phoenix, but definitely.
I think that's the reason he's playing the Dagosto Emeralds, to put the targets back in.
It's unfortunate. It's a bit of a bad loss for Chris Bountaloudis. I mean, he has taken it to 2-1 rather than 2-0, but definitely.
I wouldn't feel too bad about that. He gave it a good go. And
definitely.
It was a fantastic match to watch, and hopefully he can win it out, and we might see him back here tomorrow.
Hopefully, definitely. I'd love to see a Monarch deck definitely back in here.
Okay, guys. So we're probably going to be taking a short break very, very soon until the next round. But we hope you enjoyed that one.
Please enjoy the trailers.
I apologise for the blank cards.
It is something that we will definitely work on.
Yes, definitely.
See you in the next round.
We'll see you in the next round.
Thank you.